Me, they started all this shit. Was it you? Me, they started all this shit. And then got me out of my dream. Nigga, then got me out of my dream. Was it you? Me, they started all this shit. Was it you? Me, they started all this shit. Was it you? Me, they started all this shit. You done got me out of my dream. Nigga, they got me out of my dream. Was it you? Me, that started all this shit. Could I true? DD? What the say I is? That's a goat. That was smoke. I just pulled it out of my coat. Now you about to be a new ghost. Niggas still ask my coach. I ain't never needed no vote. Cause you can freestyles and I know. Could I really be what I spoke? I just fucked the bitch on the boat. We ain't laughing at choke jokes. I keep fast because I got gold. I just overdosed and hurt throat. I'm immaculate like coke. Is it this man like gold? Started all this shit. Is it you? Me? Started all this shit. Is it you? Me? Started all this shit. Then they got me out of my dream. Nigga, they got me out of my dream. Is it you? Me? Started all this shit. Was it you? Me? Started all this shit. Was it you? Me? Started all this shit. They got me out of my dream. Nigga, they got me out of my dream. Was it you or me? They came up with the shit. They got... Welcome. How's my guys doing on this Sunday?
Not too bad.
Good, man.
All right. Like I say every time we do this, man, everything I do it on God. Every time we do it on God. And when I do it with these two crazy motherfuckers, we do this shit on God. I am Young Money Bad News, the co-CEO of the Star Money Click and the Money Gang, and the best rapper alive. I've got 1-5 with me, the other co-CEO of the Star Money Gang and the Star Money Click and the Money Gang, and the number one producer in the world. And I bought my brother from another mother, Jimmy 2 times, the number one Oklahoma Sooner fan and the number one 49er fan. We are the On God Podcast. So the headlines for these weeks, we're gonna jump straight into this NFL world. I'm gonna get into some points. We're gonna talk about the first point I'm gonna jump into is a big injury that happened to one of the rookies. That's I think is really gonna alter the team's success based on we know what they have behind him, but behind him ain't really nothing that you can be like, it'll get them over the hump. Nah, not really. Even though I don't care for the kid and where he went to school, that I didn't like him. I think
That
he's
gave it
better.
away.
I think he's better than what they had on the roster. So, JJ McCarthy tore his meniscus, and he's out for the season. When they first listed it, it was only 4 to 6 weeks. And then the timetable after that was they had an untimetable for it for real. And then a day later, he is listed as out for the season. It's really a sad thing. I mean, like I said, he doesn't play at that school anymore, so I don't have no issues with him. I never wish somebody starting a career off to be on the shelf after you made it to the NFL, which has probably been your dream, and then your dream get cut short in your rookie year. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But what do y'all think about Minnesota's chances now without him? And do y'all see them with a chance to even make the wild card, or do y'all just look at their season as it's a wash now? Or could they make a move in free agency and find a quarterback?
I'll take the over on Justin Jefferson, whatever they got, because they're going to have to lean heavy on him. Their running back also went down with Addison went down with an ankle strain or something. So that could be
Yeah, he's
something.
banged up.
Yeah, it could be something that hampers him through the season. So they definitely going to have to lean heavy on Jefferson in the running game. I think they could still be a playoff game. I just think it's going to be really hard to make the playoffs in that division. Like they're going to be that third team unless the Bears surprise us, which, I mean, they ain't looking half bad. They got a really good receiving core in Chicago. So they're going to be playing with the basement, flirting with the playoffs, 9-7, something like that.
I don't even got them 9-7. I don't even got them 9-7. Look, they got my former backup quarterback as a starter now, Sam Darnold. I don't know what they can go find in the NFL free agency. I mean, maybe they can see if Dante Culpepper has anything left in that good knee. But they season, barring an NFL miracle, is cooked. I mean, look at it like this: Justin Jefferson's their best player. They got some nice pieces around, in that offense. I mean, could Darnold come out and have a surprise year? Sure. But I mean, if I was a betting man, I wouldn't put no stock into that. I think what's crazy is I was reading an article about this on one of my websites that I like to, trot around the league and look at stuff. And basically, I saw an article where they were talking about the Minnesota Vikings' future now because they really don't know what they got in JJ McCarthy. That game or so that he had a good game, but that was preseason. They don't know what they had. This would have been a year to at least let him go through the nuances of being a rookie quarterback and seeing if he's going to be the guy. Now they go into next offseason and the draft, and they don't know if they need a quarterback or not. They gotta wait another year to see if they need a quarterback. So they're kind of on hold because Darnold ain't it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Darnold ain't it. So if people thinking, oh yeah, they'll be fine, nah, this is a problem, especially with the Lions and the Packers and the Bears in that division now. Nah, you right 1-5. Not only are they playing in the basement, they setting up shop there.
I think JJ McCarthy is their quarterback. And the reason why I say that is because their head coach's system is perfect. If you're not a gunslinger, you fit that system. JJ McCarthy's not a gunslinger. Kirk Cousins was not a gunslinger either. His game fits that system. JJ McCarthy will be all right in that system. And after he threw an interception in the first preseason game, he came right back and threw 2 touchdowns for over 188 yards in the same game. And I watched it and I said, this is why this is going to work because that system that coach he has one of the best systems in football, period, in offense. That's why Cousins was so successful. As far as Justin Jefferson go, of course he's gonna have to be the guy. But Sam Darnold's definitely not the answer. That's why I said this kid is the best one on the roster at quarterback. But they have a chance where they could go throw away a pick and go trade and get a good backup to start. I mean, if they really wanted somebody to start that's got a name that's been doing this for a while, they can go do that. I mean, I don't know if I would do it because
I mean,
you might as well just go ahead and take your ass whooping for the rest of the year and then get you another top draft pick because then you can get something else too. You can get an
I
incentive
mean,
pick.
Aiden O'Connell might be available because the Raiders just named Minshew the starting quarterback for this weekend. I had this feeling like Pierce wasn't satisfied with his play last year, so O'Connell may be available.
I don't think they're gonna go for him. I don't if the Raiders don't trust him, I damn sure don't think the Vikings gonna trust him. But
I mean,
but like I said, at the same time, Sam Darnold might work in this offense because this offense is a good offense. It's not you don't have to be a great quarterback in this offense, man. You
Yeah, I don't
don't.
think Arnold's going to be as bad as you guys think he is in this offense in particular because they got that.
I'm just looking at that division, really. That division
They're
and
not.
what
They're
they got
gonna
going on
finish.
quarterback.
They're
I ain't
gonna
saying they're
finish
going to win the
last.
division.
They're gonna finish last in this division, for sure.
Yeah.
Now they will.
I just don't think they're going to be as bad as people think they will. You know,
I don't think they're Daniel Jones and the Giants bad.
No,
No,
they're not gonna be that bad.
nah, if you think
I'll give them 7-9. I'll give them 7-9.
that's a good record. I see them out there. I wouldn't say 4-13, but I was like middle of the line, middle of the line.
yeah, 9-7, 7-9, something like
I
that.
can't give them 9-7. 9-7 is a playoff team. They're not a playoff team.
That's good. Yeah, that's
Nah.
10
Not
and
with
since
Sam.
that's an old record. They could be 10-7.
Yeah, not with Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
They're
they'd
not.
be
They ain't winning no
9-8,
double digit games.
9-8, 9-8, 7-10, something like that. They're going to be middle of the pack.
I give them 7-10. I would never give them 9 and I'll never give them 9-8 at all. I don't see them
Nah,
winning. I don't see them a game over 500 the whole year. Not the
I see them as a
whole year.
500 team, at a 500 team or less.
Barely. Because you can't. Because Darnold is Darnold. He's still Darnold. He's still ass.
Man,
He's ass.
man.
I mean, he played for. He was in the 49ers team with a roster, and he still looked like ass with a good
In,
roster.
in another quarterback friendly offense. And the thing about that is, he had a chance to actually show what he had to audition last year against that in the last game of the season against the Rams, and he played like shit.
Well,
So
speaking of the Rams, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be free here. Well, he'll be back here in 6 games after his suspension. So that could be a move if Darnold's not doing well.
I forgot Jimmy Garoppolo was even in the league.
Yeah,
He's actually the back. He's actually the backup to
he's down there in L.A. real close.
Stafford.
He ain't going no. Hey,
down
that's
there
the
real
only.
close to the
That's
valley.
the only weather he
We don't
like.
know what
He only like Cali weather. That's how he fuck with. He
Well, I mean, they're playing a dome there, so they play in a dome in Minnesota.
Coast. He be on the
But
right
he's terrible anyway. I think he's cooked.
Yeah.
So
See what Bill Belichick thought of that guy, what he liked about him. You know what I mean? I don't think he was that good to begin with.
That's just like what did they think about Mac Jones?
Man,
what the fuck did they? Why did he even get drafted? He's a dumpster. He's a dumpster fire.
He's terrible.
So I'm gonna switch over into a whole nother person. I'm gonna get into a couple preseason things. Then I'll get into this free agency and this trade talk shit. Well, not even trade talk, but negotiations with contracts. But Daniel Jones. Oh my god. So if you didn't catch the game, the first drive of the game, or damn near it was in the first quarter. He throws a pick six, but he throws the pick six, and he throws it from his own end zone as he's basically falling backwards. He throws it to the sideline. He's throwing an out route, and the Texans player breaks on the ball, picks it off, and goes to the house. The Giants,
when's enough?
My thing was this though. Where on the tape? Let's just say this. Where on the fucking tape did you see something that made you want to give him some money? Like y'all was.
I think they were being held hostage. They was being held hostage.
Stupid. By who?
I don't know. I think that's what they felt like. They felt like there was no other option.
No, they panicked.
I would have asked the ball directly to the running back.
Panicked. They thought they was never going to find another quarterback. And look how many quarterbacks have went to the draft since they gave him this money. They panicked. That's what
they could have did a whole lot of stuff.
They panicked.
They could have did a whole lot of stuff.
You should have paid Barkley, and you should have let Daniel Jones walk. Because I'm gonna tell you where Daniel Jones would have been right now, Sam Darnold.
And the crazy thing is, even without a quarterback, they still would have finished the way they finished last year. Remember, they had to do Tony Cutlets or whatever. What was the young boy, the rookie last year? He was terrible. So it's like, what was you really getting?
But that's what I'm saying. They could have drafted a quarterback.
Oh yeah.
How many quarterbacks been drafted in the last 2 drafts?
A bunch.
A whole bunch.
So
and they didn't even look.
The Tony dude wouldn't even existed. We wouldn't even ever seen him because they would have had a brand new quarterback. All they had to do was pay Barkley.
What happened? What happened? What? The pizzeria guy. What happened to him?
I don't know what the
fuck. He's just terrible. He's just terrible.
He's terrible. Every quarterback on the staff is ass.
Oh, I get that, but he's better than Daniel Jones. I mean,
they're the same. I wouldn't say that. Please don't do that.
So here's the problem. Now that he's torn an ACL and he's coming back off of that, and then you're still making bad decisions. Like, I know it's a preseason game, but when you go back and look at the tape and look at the 2 interceptions he threw, that first one when he was falling, you don't make those mistakes. You can see if you make him in preseason, you'll make him in the regular season too. And it's like, he's a drive killer, and he will put your defense in a bad situation at all times. So it's like, for me, he's a waste of money.
I'm gonna tell you this: that knee ain't got shit to do with why he played the way he played.
Oh no, I'm just saying he came off the ACL. I'm
not saying you did. I'm just saying it in general. So if motherfuckers want to make an excuse for him, he's sorry.
Nah, there ain't no excuse for that shit. Ain't no excuse for that.
He is beyond sorry. He's sorry.
You could get me a fourth of that money. I could have threw that. If you wanted that interception, I could have threw it right for you. I'd have been like, "Where you wanted that?"
I have never seen. They're probably the most dysfunctional organization since Eli retired. It's just horrible. The
If I
shit
had
they
to
done.
pick, if I had
It's
to pick
horrible.
between him and Jimmy Garoppolo coming back to San Francisco, I'd just take Jimmy Garoppolo. Like at least I know what the fuck he gonna do.
I
Daniel Jones.
mean,
I mean, shit.
well, the way Jimmy looked in Oakland, in Vegas, he's damn near Daniel Jones.
But
Yeah,
the
He's
last
damn near
time he
Daniel
played for
Jones.
us, he actually was playing well, even though he was on his way out the door. We just
Yeah,
didn't know
but
Brock Purdy was going to do what he
yeah,
did.
but you
It
got a
took
lot
Brock Purdy
more.
to get hurt.
But you got a lot more talent than the Giants.
Oh no, I'm just saying if I had to pick, let's just say Purdy didn't exist, and I had to bring a quarterback back, and I had to pick between him and Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm like, shit, give me Jimmy back then. I ain't fucking with
Of
Daniel Jones
course,
under no circumstances.
I
you
don't
know,
even understand.
watching the
Remember when he got drafted? Everybody in the crowd at ESPN during the draft was like, "What the fuck?" Nobody knew they was doing that, and well, when you see why, everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
right Duke quarterbacks don't translate to the NFL. Just saying. Um, nah, but to give the Giants a little bit of credit, just the slightest of paper thin of credit. Watch the Hard Knocks with the Giants this year. They definitely set themselves up for a quarterback next year with getting the offensive line kind of solidified and getting Neighbors in the draft. Um,
That's the only highlight they got as neighbors.
they got a defensive player to go with their other defensive players, so they got some pieces. It's
I mean, they
just
got Thibodeau on defense. Thibodeau's solid, man. He's a good defensive. He's a good, you
yeah,
know.
that man to lead them though, and they don't have a quarterback, man, and
Can I
that
be honest? I'm gonna be honest with you. These last two drafts,
yeah
this is when they should have got a quarterback.
Hell
This
yeah.
this class coming in,
it
this
had, but their
class
trade
this
partner
they
to
could
move.
have did it if they wouldn't have paid Daniel Jones. You don't pay Daniel Jones, you get a top 5 draft pick. You could have picked your quarterback. If
You
Right.
you
got to
would
get
have
out of that
paid him your
contract at the end of
money,
this year.
you were supposed to give Barkley the money and say fuck
I think,
Daniel Jones.
I think they should have drafted Penix.
Hell yeah.
Right? But how now? That's what they can't.
They
They
can. They
can't.
should have.
First of all, who was he gonna throw the ball to? They got one of the worst receiving cores in the NFL right now. Malik
Doesn't
Yeah.
Neighbors is all they have.
it doesn't matter. I mean, you've seen
Yeah, because
quarterback.
the young dude they drafted the other, what's his name? He's terrible. Well, he's average. I ain't gonna say he's terrible. He's average. With average with terrible quarterback play, I guess everybody looks terrible.
True.
And the running back situation is all fucked up too. So
You can't
they got a lot. They got their work cut out for them.
A lot of work.
you can't say it don't matter because you can give me the best quarterback in the world, but if I don't have nobody to throw it to, what the fuck are we doing? Well, I'm just gonna throw it to anybody. Everybody don't make plays.
Tom Brady did it with shitty ass receivers all them years.
We really gonna do that. Tom Brady
Uh,
was in the worst. Tom Brady was in the worst division in football. Number one. Number two, his defense was the top 5 in defense every year. He didn't have to. And then you got to think his offensive coordinator was one of the best offensive coordinators in the league, damn near for 13 seasons straight.
Was he?
But we can't even match up Daniel
Yeah,
Jones' talent to Tom Brady's talent in general. So even all that to the side, you can't even compare Tom Brady to Daniel Jones. Hell, you can't even compare like I said, even the worst quarterback in the league right now, which probably is Daniel Jones. So Daniel Jones or Daniel Jones, yeah, that's a loss no matter how you see it.
Yeah, all I'm saying is you can put a halfway decent quarterback behind with the Giants with that receiving core, and they'll make them look better than Daniel Jones has. That's all. That was my whole point.
but they
Uh,
didn't have no. That's what I'm saying. There was no receivers there. You see what I'm saying? If I the thing about the Giants is they have fucked up their team. So you got to think about who their number one was 5 years ago. OBJ was their number one.
right.
Sterling Shepard was his number 2. Sterling Shepard then got old now, so he ain't a young
He ain't
dude
even
no
on the
more.
team no more.
He ain't there no more. So they don't have no. That's why they went and got Malik Neighbors because they thought Well, Daniel Jones, we just paid him. He's coming off an injury. He might do okay. We got him a number one now. But no, y'all keep forgetting. Daniel Jones is still sorry. It don't matter if you go get a number one. If you're sorry, you're sorry.
Here's the question. Do you think Daniel Jones finishes the year as the starting QB?
Hell
or do you
no.
Drew Lock? I think Drew Lock finishes out.
He's sorry.
Possibly. But here's a list of the wide receivers that they have to choose from. So the one guy I was talking about, Wan'Dale Robinson, he's average. They got an old and washed up Allen Robinson. They got Darius Slayton washed up ass. It's like they ain't got Isaiah McKenzie, who used to play for Buffalo. Man, they got a lot of number 2s, 3s, and USFL players.
I said the worst NFL receiving core in the NFL is on the Giants team. Is that not what
if they could have got Allen Robinson and Slayton from 4 years ago, 5 years ago, okay.
They are pathetic. They're
terrible. That shit is terrible. I don't see no talent on that offense.
Their whole organization is pathetic. They need to be chastised for this dumb shit they've been doing.
I
don't even understand the logic.
So I know you want to get into some free agency talk or whatever, but do you think they should bring in Ryan Tannehill?
No, Ryan Tannehill should stay right where he is at home.
For what? That's Daniel Jones. That's Daniel Jones Sr.
I mean, it's just like with the Minnesota situation. If you got to pick with the list, and the list has Ryan Tannehill on it, I mean, what you might as well just stick with what you got.
Yeah, they don't.
That's wasting money.
That's not an upgrade.
And on free agency, that's name wise, I'll pack the house a little bit. You know what I mean? I'll let you get to it, but I'm just saying there's people that they could get.
I mean, if they'd be smart, I'd go trade for your boy that's backing up Burrow. He was solid last year.
Hey Todd, you know why them people are free agents? Because they ain't no good. Because they're not no good.
They're terrible. They're done. They're done or they were never. Yeah, Ryan Tannehill, that was 6 years ago. He had a good year 6 years ago.
The quarterbacks ain't signed. They're terrible, but the running backs and wide receivers,
that ain't what they need. They need a QB.
Yeah, bringing Dalvin Cook or somebody like that in there ain't gonna do you nothing if you can't run behind that. If you can't run behind the line and the quarterback can't throw the ball to give him any space to get the 9th, 10th man out the box, I mean, what's the point of bringing him in there? The average 2.9 yards a carry.
They got the offensive line together, so he should have time. It's just
what time to throw those interceptions he was throwing. Hey, he could have had 10 minutes. He was still throwing that shit.
But what I'm saying is they haven't done him with any skill position guys in free agency that they could bring in to help the guy.
Man, ain't nobody on earth help for that.
Todd, I'm gonna just be honest with you.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones had Saquon Barkley and some decent receivers at one point on that team, and he didn't do nothing with them. He's not no good, bro. It don't matter. It don't matter. You could give him two. You can give him a number one and a number two, and still have Saquon Barkley, and he's still gonna be sorry.
You ain't getting out of me that he's ass. I'm not. I'm just saying that they got better options on the table than what they got in house. That they could
just remember 2 years ago when he did what he did to get whatever that contract. He at one point he had more rushing touchdowns than he had throwing touchdowns. Think about that for a minute. He's not Michael Vick or that's what I'm saying. But he really wasn't doing shit. He was think about this. Does he have some athletic ability before they tore that knee? Yeah, but he's not Michael Vick or your boy in Baltimore, man. He's Daniel Jones, so he should have been throwing touchdown passes, not running for him.
The pieces don't matter when you can get him anything you want. He has no talent, Todd. I don't give a fuck I could put you behind this offensive line. If you ain't got no talent, ain't nothing. We just signed you. You're just on the team.
You're just there.
It don't matter how many pieces I got. If I'm sorry, goddammit, I'm sorry. He had Saquon Barkley and some decent receivers, and he still couldn't get it done. They defense been solid for real. They defense ain't really sorry. They just lost
think about this.
Safety. Think about this. They lost their best safety to Green Bay because they were sorry on offense. Their
Mm-hmm.
defense was decent last year. They've been
Just
decent on
remember,
defense.
you can put a turtleneck on a turd, and it's still a turd. Okay.
I'm gonna switch out for him. He gonna make me.
Yeah,
He gonna
fuck
make my
him.
ass.
Yeah,
He gonna make my ass
yeah,
hurt. He's ass.
yeah, he's double ass.
So Caleb Williams and the Bears played Ty's Bengals yesterday.
Preseason.
Yes. He really got to emphasize that. Caleb Williams looked really good, man. He looks
Mm-hmm.
he looks scary good, but it don't really surprise me. His weapons, Odunze look really good. I think they're gonna finish third in the NFC North. I really do, and I'm honestly, they could be a playoff team because their defense is better too. Like their defense is way better.
Yeah.
The Bears gonna be a problem, man. And
That offensive line just needs to hold up. If that offensive line can hold up, because remember, he didn't even have all his weapons. He just had a couple because it's preseason. And to be fair, it wouldn't shock me. They could be fucking around and playing for that division if everything holds up, man. Everything just needs to hold up. And I may have to come up. Now, remember, I have to take ownership of this. I was the main one because I was a little hurt. He left Oklahoma. I was the main one that tried to compare him to Dak Prescott. I may be wrong, but we'll see.
You definitely are wrong.
I was hurt. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a man. I'm a fan on that.
You was in your feelings because he damn sure ain't no Dak Prescott. He way better than Dak Prescott. I
can be wrong.
I ain't talking about now. I'm talking about when Dak Prescott was a rookie. Dak Prescott, he wasn't better than this. Daniel Jones, the rookie Daniel Jones. Caleb Williams and the rookie Dak Prescott. When you compared him, Dak Prescott ain't fucking with this talent. This talent is different. He's more talented. He do Pat Mahomes shit. Caleb Williams do Pat Mahomes shit in the game. He's running this way, throwing off the wrong leg down the field type shit. He one of them. Like he got some talent, man. It's just if they get the old line together, their defense gonna be nasty anyway. And they got position players that's nice. Like
they just gotta keep him clean.
DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, if they stay healthy, the Bears gonna be
and a nice running game.
Listen, I remember I picked their division as the best in the league. I will not be surprised if the Bears, the Packers, and the Lions make the motherfucking playoff this year. Remember I said I will not be surprised, bro. Because that motherfucker Caleb Williams looks great. He's probably running it's been a long time since I've seen a first pick actually play in a preseason game and he don't look like a rookie. He looked like he's been playing football in the NFL for a while. Like he looked good. Yeah,
that USC shit fooled us.
Yeah.
It fooled you. I knew he was good though, because he looked good when he.
Come on, man. He was good.
You was in your feelings, bro.
Because he shouldn't have left town. You don't leave Oklahoma, man. You stay put. You could have had a national title to go with that.
He followed who made him look good. He went with who made him look good.
I don't think it mattered where he went. If he'd have stayed home and old boy should have left, we would have been playing for the national title possibly last year.
I don't know about that.
Shit.
I don't know about that. You got to think, man. Sometimes coordinators make quarterbacks. Lincoln Riley's system fit his game. That don't mean he would have been playing the same way in Oklahoma. The
thing is, my offensive coordinator runs the same type of offense. It's the same.
But he don't run the same. It can't be the same because you had Dylan Gabriel, right? So why didn't Dylan Gabriel look like Caleb Williams then?
Shit, he had a great season. No, he had a great season.
So why the fuck
he had a great season.
So why'd he leave?
Because my head coach he only had 1 year left and he wanted to just start for the future, man. That's why he left. That's why he went to Oregon. He actually was draft eligible. He's a 5th year senior. And we had a couple of guys
Who leaves as a 5th year senior and you know you're gonna start next year?
Hey man, This is Venable's reasons, not mine. This is what I've researched. I didn't say it made a whole lot of sense. I would have liked for Gabriel to come back, but I get it, but I don't get it. Because here's the
You know
thing:
what?
there's
And where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oregon, right?
Oregon, yeah,
Because the offensive play calling is better. You don't leave a program and go to another program because the program ain't better than the program you went from. You go to another program because what they doing is better than what you was doing. We didn't get Will Howard because Kansas State was better than us. We got Will Howard because Will Howard looked at Ohio State and said, "This is where I'm going to shine." Dylan Gabriel looked at Oregon and said, "This is where I'm going to fucking shine." Oklahoma, if y'all was really who y'all was supposed to be, Caleb Williams would have stayed. If he didn't have no reason to leave, he wouldn't have left. He left because he followed the guy that made him look good his 1 year at Oklahoma. The year he was at Oklahoma, Lincoln Riley made him look great. He goes to USC. He looks like a Heisman candidate for 2 years straight at USC. Lincoln Riley. I mean, you got to go with, that's just the facts. I know you hate Lincoln Riley, but you got to
no,
accept it.
I don't hate Lincoln Riley. I don't hate Lincoln Riley. I'm disappointed he left because he was trying to run away from going to the SEC, but then he ends up at the Big Ten with y'all. Y'all gonna be beating the shit out of him every year.
Well,
He gonna end up losing his job.
the problem with Lincoln Riley is he's not accepted that being an offensive play caller, you need to hire a defensive coordinator like we did.
Yeah, because
He
them
has not
defenses
get
he
he
be fighting out of ass.
he ain't got his defensive game together yet. That's how that is.
Because here's the thing: when Stoops was the head coach of Oklahoma, we had some type of defense. Now, towards the end of his career, you could tell he had lost his moxie. But Riley never developed a defense there. But we're getting off subject. But at the end of the day, Caleb should have stayed. But I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. I was just hurt.
Um,
Long story short.
I'm gonna throw these two signings out that happened over the weekend. Justin Simmons, who we could have got at safety, signed a 1 year, $8 million deal with the Falcons. It's actually a good move for the Falcons because they needed to shore
Hell
up
yeah.
most of their D. And Stephon Gilmore signed a 1 year deal with the Vikings. After I told y'all about that on the show that he was meeting them that day. But I kind of feel like Stephon Gilmore, you kind of look goofy because you signed with him and they ain't got no quarterback now, so you're gonna be on the field for a while now.
Wow.
Yeah, I still think them was pretty good signings for them two teams. Um,
Atlanta's doing some things though.
they ain't got no choice.
Yeah.
They trying to win now. That's smart. They got Judon, they got Simmons. They trying to win now, and we played them this year. We played them, I think, like week 3. I can't wait to see us play them. I think they come to Philly.
Y'all gonna bust their shit open.
I mean, I know we're a better team, but I'm just saying I just want to see. I want to see what these signings that they got. I want to see how long Penix is gonna be on that bench because I don't think he's gonna be on that bench long. And that's why I think the Raiders are gonna go get. They're gonna go fuck around and get Cousins. The
You know
Raiders are
what's
gonna
so
get.
crazy? Everybody's questioning what Raheem Morris did the other day because he had a chance to get some time in for Penix to play. He sits him out, and it looks like he's not going to play again the rest of the preseason. And when they asked him, he was like, "Well, why are you sitting when you could probably get some valuable time, you know, some reps? Because if everything goes according to plan, Cousins is going to be playing most of the year. He won't be able to get in there." And he was like, "Well, even though it was only 16 passes, he looked pretty good. We saw everything we needed to see." I'm like, what does that really mean? Does that mean if Cousins be fucking up, we ready to throw him in there, or does
Yeah,
that mean, okay,
they trying to keep him as healthy as possible. So if Cousins fuck up or he get hurt, Penix gonna be ready.
yeah, because you can't
Penix is
rely
gonna
on
be ready.
Tyler Heineke. Tyler Heineke is the third quarterback, and you don't want to do that again.
Yeah, Heineke's a shit. He's a shit show.
He
I'm about to
goes, he
step.
goes to the Giants, so
Yeah, he's a shit show. I'm about to step into this these negotiations about these two players I've been wanting to talk about. And the funny thing is they're both receivers. The CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Ayuk situation is like the craziest shit on the planet right now. Um, I'm gonna start with CD. So CD he is not reported to camp not one time. He hasn't been in a preseason game. He was offended about what Jerry Jones said to him about getting paid. He made it seem like CD was not a factor of like it's not a rush, it's not an urgency to give him his money. When we all know on this pod, it's an urgency to give your number one receiver some money.
Damn straight.
With that being said, Jerry Jones retracted what he said and went back and said, "Oh yeah, he CD knows we want him, and CD knows this and that." So he basically circled back and ass kissed because he fucked up and opened his mouth like he wasn't supposed to and said some dumb shit, like he
Like
always
he always does.
Yeah, Jerry Jones is a dumb shit sayer. I don't know who his publicist is, but they need to tell him to shut the fuck up sometimes. So my question to y'all is: Do you think it should? Do you think that CD it should have took this long to give CD his money, or is CD the one that they should be paying first anyway?
Well, she's paying him first.
Well, if you do a bench start cut type of situation, you want to get your boy on the defensive end paid. You want your wide receiver paid, and I think you gotta let Dak Prescott go.
So
I think they can pay all three.
So let me ask you this:
Yeah.
So if you let Dak Prescott go, right?
Yeah.
Who's your quarterback, Todd?
You
Ray Lance
gotta find
or
somebody.
Cooper Rush.
I'm just saying. I mean, you can't pay all three of them.
Yes, you
No,
can.
they can pay all three of them, but they both $10 billion.
They can pay all three. They're just bullshitting about paying them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because Dak gonna get about 50. Dak gonna get about 50. Michael Parsons gonna get about 30, and CD gonna get about 30. So right there, that's about 110 million. But the players, you gotta pay it.
Man, if I let one go, it's gonna be the quarterback because you can
they're in negotiations. They're in negotiations right now with Dak right now.
Well, I'm sure they are, but I'm just saying if you can get a rookie quarterback, that frees up a lot of salary cap money for you to go out and do other things to win a Super Bowl. But I think
you can do the Purdy thing, do that Purdy thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think Jerry Jones with these negotiations and shit. I think Jerry Jones learned a long time ago that it's more profitable to be spoken about than it is to have a winning team. You want to win just enough, but you don't want to win too much, but you want to keep your name in everybody's mouth. You know,
and that's fucking weird.
Yeah, pause on that, right?
Because the Jeffrey Larrys of the world, they go out get players, pay motherfuckers, and they win games. And I'm jealous because, like I said, they don't be haggling. They just pay motherfuckers.
Right.
I missed that. I missed that in San Francisco.
Every single day in the media, though. You know what I mean?
Well, they go, but you got to think. The market for them, it's like my Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
We can be sorry. They're going to talk about us every day during NBA season.
Right.
So it's not. It doesn't. Part of that has nothing to do with Jerry. That's the media. The media is some bullshit for real. Because a lot of people don't want to. I don't want to hear about Dallas every day. I don't.
No.
They still do it. I think
that's what their plans are.
Right. Jerry sees the numbers, man. He sees that, he's making money hand over fist just because he's in everybody's mouth every day. You know what I mean?
I don't disagree with you there, but this is where he fucks up, and this is where they're fucked up. He did the same shit with Emmitt Smith in the 90s. Mm-hmm. The only difference was their team was so good. Emmitt Smith missed the first game of the season, or he might have missed two, and then they gave him his money, and they won the fucking Super Bowl the same year.
Right.
But the difference with this team and that team is, first of all, Michael Parsons is 2 years removed from it. He's got a 2-year deal still left.
Mm-hmm.
So while they keep acting like Michael Parsons needs to get paid tomorrow, he really don't have to get paid tomorrow. They can really wait. After he plays this year, he's got one more year, and then they can pay. They don't have to pay Michael right now. CD is going into his last year as well. But CD's last year is a little different because the production that CD had is of a wide receiver that's getting paid up here. So you got to pay
the 30+ club.
Yeah, for what the fuck you done for me lately. Dak Prescott did the same shit. Dak had a great year. The only problem with and this is why I'm saying to you about who they gonna get, because you gotta understand, They've been in the playoffs. They've won damn near 12 games the last 3 years in a row. If they get rid of Dak Prescott, they're not going to win more than 8 games for the next 4 years in a row.
Not with Cooper Rush or
Because
Trey Lance.
There's nobody out there. There's nobody out there. Cooper Rush is decent, but Cooper Rush, as soon as he get pressure on him, it's a wrap. We played him in Philly. We had his ass fucked up
last year, though, right?
Right.
Dak has to play the year out. So what
Right.
I'm saying is, you let him go at the end of the year. You roll the dice and you take a chance on a rookie.
But why would you roll the dice and you're in a winning way right now? That's like starting over.
Fucking Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones ain't got nothing to do with this.
No, listen, Jerry Jones runs the damn organization. He has everything to do with it. You got to put yourself in their position. Your employer, Jerry Jones essentially employs him, right? So I realize I work for somebody, you work for somebody, James works for somebody. Your boss thinks that you're replaceable. It doesn't matter how good of a job you do, you're replaceable to your boss.
I agree.
NFL. It's no different in NFL.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Well, I know that, but they could look that way at CD Lamb too, with all the wide receivers coming out that are boss right out the gate. They could be looking at CD Lamb like that too.
Look how Kansas City did Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
but how long was Tyreek Hill was there for how long before it happened?
About 4 or 5 years.
And how many fucking Super Bowls did he win?
2.
Exactly. So what we talking about?
No, one.
What we talking about though? That's what I'm saying. CD Lamb has been a Cowboy for how many years now?
Shit.
4
years, right?
No,
yeah.
4. So listen, he's played 4 years on a rookie contract, Todd.
Yeah.
He deserves his money, right?
I'm not saying he doesn't.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just giving you the scenarios of what I'm saying. So just like with Dak Prescott, right? Remember, Dak Prescott got franchised. He was about to get he got franchised 1 year. They came back the next year, gave him some money, right? Ever since they gave him some money, 3 years straight, he's won 12 games in a row. He's won 12 games. And he's had good numbers. He just doesn't get it done in the playoffs. But let's be honest. Let's just be honest about the Cowboys. Was Tony Romo winning games when he was a Dallas Cowboy?
Yep.
Yeah, they was winning games. Yeah.
Yeah, but Tony Romo couldn't get over the hump, could he?
No.
Just like Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins got all his money and never gets over the hump.
But Jerry Jones paid Tony Romo every time the contract came up, right? And you know why he paid Tony Romo? Because when he looked around the league, there was nobody else there to get. Just like right now, the Cowboys can't afford to, you know what? We're going to start over again. They can't afford it because their fan base is already like this. Man, we about to stop fucking with y'all. Y'all can't beat the Niners. You can't get to an NFC championship game. You can't win you can only win one playoff game, and then you got embarrassed this year in the playoffs. And we had a great record in the regular season. They're getting to the Cowboys fans for real. They don't want to keep it real, but they're getting to the point where they're like this. Man, fuck Dallas.
I don't think they're there. If they haven't been there yet.
They're there.
They're there. We know Dallas Cowboy fans. They're there.
Magic,
my brother Magic is like the #1 Cowboy fan. If I was to get Magic right now and ask you, Magic's gonna be like this. Man, fuck Dallas. Until we beat somebody in the NFC Championship game and go to the Super Bowl, fuck Dallas. And I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
What fan base tears up more TVs during the football season than anybody else? Dallas Cowboy fans.
Right.
The Cowboys.
Do you think D's gonna go to any games this year?
Yeah. He already got 2.
It ain't fuck the Cowboys if he's still going to games.
It's still fuck the. He's a Cowboy. Let me finish. He's a Cowboy fan through and through, but he's honest about the Cowboys. What he said, he's not gonna stop enjoying his life because his favorite team isn't playing good. He's gonna go do what he does, but he's saying realistically, as a Cowboy fan, he goes like this: yeah, we're a good regular season team, but when the playoffs come. If y'all think I got faith in my squad, I don't. because they haven't proved it. And that's how people think. When you're a fan of your team, if your team ain't doing shit in the playoffs and you want to keep winning regular season games, what is the point? You just sitting there going, yeah, man, we sweeten the regular season. We go into the play. That's like Baltimore Ravens fans.
He giving them just enough to keep coming back. That's all he's doing.
But it really ain't.
Giving them just enough to come back.
But they really ain't.
Come back to next year. He's selling hope.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like,
he's selling hope.
They be turning. They got a lot of their team. A lot of their fans is turning on them. They looking at them different.
Look, Jerry Jones don't know shit about money. Until those fans quit buying tickets, quit buying jerseys, quit tuning in the games, he ain't gonna give a fuck. You know what I mean? You're talking. Yeah, well, I am, because he's the one that owns the team. You know what I'm saying? Until the fans quit showing this guy money, he's not gonna change his ways.
That shit ain't gonna stop.
But that's
it's not gonna stop. You're gonna get spoon fed. You're gonna get spoon fed.
But that's every fan base. That's every fan base, though. That's every fan base.
Mike Brown, Cincinnati's the master of that shit.
My Cincinnati, I can vouch for that. Being a Bengals fan, they did that, but through the whole Marvin Lewis shit, they had us.
And remember, they got Hamilton County. They got Hamilton County on lock. Hamilton County so scared to lose them in the Reds, they will do anything they have to do to keep them in town.
Absolutely. And not only that, we built that stadium. They signed a contract that they would field a competitive team with the city of Cincinnati to get the stadium. Then as soon as he didn't for 2 or 3 years, they sued him. And then the motherfucker got us to the playoffs the next year. Lawsuit gets dropped. Then we don't make the playoffs. Then they bring the lawsuit back up. Then we make the playoffs again. It's just enough to keep you around. You know what I mean? That's all they're doing, is just enough to keep you around, spending money on their products and lining their pockets. That's all any of these owners do, man.
I mean, look at how they're doing the T. Higgins situation. The T. Higgins shit is like, that's the least talked about. It's like, how the hell you not paying him and Chase? You got to pay both of them.
It's the least talked about because it was already talked about the whole summer. You got to think T. Higgins didn't already put the uniform on. He out there playing.
Yeah, Higgins playing.
It doesn't make. We know he's not going to be a Bengal next year. We already know this. But CeeDee Lamb, but the three players we talking about, they're not going anywhere. The Cowboys are not going to let them go. So you can sit here and go, well, they should let that go, and they're not going to let that go. He doesn't have any more options. He's not going to get a rookie quarterback because he's not going to start over. Why would I start over? If I start over, we're going to lose. I won.
And that fan base will burn that goddamn stadium down.
I don't won 12 games 3 years in a row. I can't go backwards, and I'm already going this way.
You can sell that to a fan base faster than you can going to the playoffs and losing the first round.
But that's what they do. That's part of the game.
We had to do it with Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton got us to the playoffs damn near every year, but he couldn't win a game in the playoffs.
That's part of the game. Yeah. And why did you keep Andy Dalton, Todd? You're making my. You know why you? That's what the fuck I just said to you. You're making my point. I said you looked around like this. And who was going to come in for Andy Dalton and play on his level? I'll wait. Let me look.
Just like next year when we got to pay Purdy. We got to pay Purdy. There's no way around.
You got to pull the plug and start over.
When was Andy Dalton the quarterback? How long was Andy Dalton the quarterback?
About 6 years.
Yeah, about 10 years.
When did you draft?
No, I wasn't 10. Because he came out the same year Kaepernick came out in 11. So he was the quarterback all the way to about 18. So about 7 years.
So now see what I'm saying here. For 7 years, there was nobody. And then you came across Joe Burrow in 2019 and you got lucky. Same thing. You got to remember this. They didn't trade to get Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys in the draft. Okay. When he was at Mississippi State, he wasn't shit for real. He was just a running option quarterback for real. He was not a gunslinger. He was nothing special. He
was okay at best.
Exactly. He's worked on his game. He could throw the ball decent enough to win 12 games a year. He's still putting people in the seats like they want. But when you look around the landscape, it's just like us talking about Daniel Jones. I said, if they let go of Daniel Jones, who they going to get? And we all said, nobody. If Dallas let go of him, they're going to go backwards. They can't do that because you can't win 12 games straight 3 years in a row, and then you go, we're gonna start over and get a rookie. If that's the case, they'd be starting Trey Lance, and they know he's sorry, so they ain't gonna fuck with him.
Yeah, he looked terrible the other day.
Sometimes you got to take a step back to take a big leap forward, man. That's all.
Yeah, okay. That I like your
Nah,
little
you can't.
yeah.
Some markets, you can't do that.
He tired of some bullshit trying to get these little one-liner bullshit when he knows.
Yeah, that was pretty cool in him. That was pretty cool there, buddy. But yeah, there's certain markets you can't pull that off in. See, you can do that.
Step back to take a big leap forward. That's all.
Hey, look, you can do that in Arizona. You ain't doing that in Dallas.
You ain't doing that in Dallas. That shit dead.
He can pull it off on Dallas.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
No.
Depends who's sitting there in the draft.
Hey, as much as I'd like to see that happen.
That's my point. We'll do it again. Who's in the draft? Who?
Next year?
Yeah, who? I'll wait. I know who the quarterbacks are. I know who they are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's plenty.
You want weak ass Carson Beck from Georgia? He got you convinced he's sweet.
You can get Dylan Gabriel.
He got you convinced.
Who, Carson Beck?
Yeah, he got you convinced that he's an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
You keep going through the quarterbacks.
Gabriel, the quarterback went to Oregon from Oklahoma. He got you convinced with his little ass. He little as shit too. He's little. Dylan Gabriel's a baby. What about
and he likes to run?
What about your boy that went back to Florida State? DJ Uga Leia that didn't play for 18 teams. You know, he coming out.
He looks like a USFL starter.
You Leia.
Yeah.
Yeah, you believe.
So I done gave you the three. I done gave you them the three of the top guys, and you ain't not one time said, you know what? Yeah, they can play. They can fill in Dak Prescott's spot. Yep. No.
But what about your former quarterback? Y'all former quarterback. What about him?
We still got a year of college football.
Cal McCord's not going to the NFL.
Nah,
we know that, but I'm just saying.
And Will Howard, depending on how Will Howard throw the ball this year, he could be a top draft pick. But do I look at Will Howard like he's really an NFL guy? No.
Quinn Ewers, there's plenty of dudes that may step up.
So Quinn Ewers is a draft pick. He looks like an NFL quarterback to you.
Yeah, why not?
He's a mid-rounder, like a fifth-rounder, and you try to develop him, and that's about it.
Remember what you're saying. Shedeur Sanders is probably the best quarterback for real in this draft coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think Shedeur Sanders is sitting there? He ain't drafting him to get more people to talk about the Cowboys?
How you gonna get him? He going in the top 10. The Cowboys ain't gonna be in the top 10 in the draft.
He might be in that, and he might be with the Giants next year.
Remember, ain't nobody trading with Dallas so Dallas can get the number 1 pick in the draft, Ty. Not in 2024. Don't nobody like
that. Maybe in 1980. In 1980, they can get that off.
You ain't trading a goddamn case of beer and some liquor for players now.
3 photos.
Not in 2024.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, that shit's not gonna happen. So all the quarterbacks I named, they not even gonna go to Dallas. They would never go to Dallas because Dallas ain't gonna get that type of pick. Period. Dallas ain't gonna lose enough games to do that.
I can see Shedeur probably with the Giants next year because they're gonna be in the top 5 next year to draft.
I can see him with the Giants too.
Dallas for the next.
That's when his daddy lets that happen. Because remember his daddy gonna control where he go.
For mediocrity for the next 15 years, if they don't get rid of Prescott.
So you just said they're gonna be in mediocrity. So what have they been for the last 15 years?
Mediocre.
Pretenders. They've been pretenders.
What are we talking about? Like, they're never going to change. They're not until he's not running the team.
Mm-hmm.
Their luck will never. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can go get the best quarterback that ever lived and put him on that motherfucking team. They're not going to win.
Roger Staubach can come back and he's still not winning on that team.
Jerry Jones has cursed that organization for years. They're cursed. So look,
he's like the new Al Davis.
I'm gonna move on to Brandon Ayuk now, and Brandon Ayuk's situation is really, really weird. Every day he's at practice, walking around with the coordinator, his wide receiver coach. He's just a walking. Um, but he has not signed a deal. They did an interview yesterday with John Lynch talking about it, and John Lynch said some of the weirdest shit ever in this interview because they asked him one simple question. Well, why have y'all not got him signed? And this motherfucker said, I don't know. And it's like, you know why. Like, And I'm hearing it's based on $2 million. I'm also hearing it's based on $5 million. So the part that is confusing is, and it plays into the CD Lamb shit too. You got two receivers that had two big years for two teams that's contending in the playoffs for the last 3 years straight. For Dallas, that's their number one guy. For San Fran, that's their number one guy for real. Like when it come to receiving, running routes, Ayuk is the guy. So I got a list of receivers, right? I got 12 receivers right now that's getting paid the money that CD Lamb and Ayuk want. I'm gonna give y'all the top 5 of who getting paid the money he want, and y'all tell me, is he better than any of these 5 guys, or is he like in the mix with these 5 guys? Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you the 12, and y'all can put him wherever y'all want to put him. But me personally, I don't think CD Lamb. I would put him at 30 million. I'm not going no higher than 30. I'm not going no lower than 30. I think Ayuk is 30 million. I'm not going no higher than 30. I'm not going no lower than 30. That's it. I don't think neither one of them is above that. They kind of remind me of the same player, honestly. CD had a hell of a year, but you got to think, Dak only threw CD the ball. So CD was going to have that type of year. He got the ball damn near every play. Um, so number one is Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is making $35 million a year, right? So he reset the market. AJ Brown is sitting at 32 million. He's number 2. St. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown is at 30 million. He's number 3. Tyreek Hill is at 30 million. He's number 4. Jalen Waddle is at 28.3. He's number 5. Devontae Adams is at 28 even. He's number 6. DJ Moore is at 27.5. He's number 7. Cooper Kupp is at 26.7. He's number 8. Devontae Smith is at 25 even. He's number 9. Nico Collins is at 24.3. He's number 10. DK Metcalf is at 24 even. He's number 11. And Debo is at 23.9. He's number 12. So when I said I put Ayuk and CD at 30, that will put him and Ayuk will be above Jalen Waddle, but right underneath Tyreek Hill. Where do y'all put these two receivers? And do they deserve $30 million, or should they be getting paid lower than $30 million?
Oh, I think some of them receivers are underpaid, but I think those are older contracts too on some of them.
All them contracts I named, the ones I named right now that they got, that was when they got that's after they had a big year. So
no, I know what he. No, I see what he's saying. He's talking about.
I know what he's saying. I know what he's saying. What I'm saying to him is, though, I'm giving him the reason why it seems like that is because that's where they got paid at after they had their big year. So Debo got 23.9 after Debo had his Debo year. You see what I'm saying? But I agree with you. It seems like they're getting paid lower, but they really ain't. That was their high mark at the time.
These last 2 years, the market resets got crazy.
That's what I was getting at, was that some of those contracts are older, and they'll be making more next contract. I think
Maybe.
I doubt it.
I think the problem with CD Lamb is he's asking for too much money, and I think the problem Ayuk is he wants to play in San Fran, and San Fran don't want to pay him enough money. I think Ayuk is worth. I'd pay him the 30. I think CD Lamb, man, I don't want to put him above Tyreek Hill, but I think Tyreek Hill is low on that list. I think Tyreek Hill should be up there with Justin Jefferson. Um,
Hell yeah.
I think CD Lamb being what he is to the Cowboys should be around that 31 million, 32 million. But at 30 million, I'd be cool with that too. I just think he's somewhere in that 30 to 32 range. Ayuk, I think, should be around that 30.
I mean, here's the thing. Um, the 49ers recently have upped their offer.
Well,
So, from what I've been, go ahead.
sticking points in the contract. I don't know what the sticking points are, but there's two sticking points in the contract they can't.
Guaranteed money and an AAY money, that annual money.
Okay.
That's what it is. But here's the thing. With our offense, the way it's run, Brandon Ayuk's holding my team hostage because who you gonna find that blocks like he blocks on the edge as a wide receiver? That shit's hard to find and be able to do what he does. So it's like for our system and what he means to us, you got to give him his money, man. I don't give a fuck what he asked for now. I can see if he was trying to get the Justin Jefferson money, but according to what several outlets that I've been reading from have said, he's not even trying to get paid like that. It's more about the disrespect at the first couple of low offers at the 49ers. Because I get it. They're looking down the road and they're like, okay, we got to pay Purdy. We got to go probably pay Mooney Ward. We got a couple of key players that we got to keep. So we got to be as cheap as possible. They've been doing this since Jerry Rice, T.O., everything. Ever since DeBarlo had to sell the team to his sister and his nephew, and they had to run the team for the last 30 years. This is what they do. I mean, you can't. If you're trying to win, like I said, I brought up News' owner Jeffrey Lurie for a reason. That man wants to win, and he gonna pay. He gonna do whatever he got to do, man. He's running that. The Philadelphia Eagles are running the same type of philosophy that the Golden State Warriors are doing. You gotta pay your players, man. You don't want them upset, and you gotta keep that window open. And my thing is this, and News said this last week: our window is closing. If you fuck this up, the window's gonna seal shut, and it won't matter if you pay Purdy or not, because as much as I hate to say it, Purdy needs every damn weapon he needs for this system. Until he's proven that he can be without a Debo one day, an Ayuk the next, or your running back is hurt, or Kittle's not in there, and he can still perform at a high level, you need to make sure he has all his weapons because Kansas City is getting better. Now, that young boy over there in Kansas City, Xavier Worthy, we was making fun of him getting tossed around in practice, but I watched the game the other day. Kansas City might have some shit, so you better have all your weapons because if you got to meet these son of bitches again, I don't think you're going to get off what you almost got off in the Super Bowl last year. You had their ass where you wanted them, and you let them out the gate again. So you better pay IU and get your money right and keep this team open. But quit fucking with his money, man. That man that earned his money. You know what I mean? And I don't like to call receivers divas. That's some shit the media came up with years ago. And it's not about being a diva or anything. It's about you're one play away from never playing again. And out there in California, that $30 million that he's going to get, he's only really seeing half of that. So you're really getting him at $15 million. Because in Miami, he's probably getting damn near all of that money outside of paying all his fees out. So pay that man his money, man. Because like I said, I think he stays. I think on that list, he needs to be at 30. He needs to be at 30 because that contract in a couple years is going to seem cheap. Because once they give him that 3 or 4 year deal, because that's also a stickler. He wants a fourth year, and he wants that fourth year money, that guaranteed money, to be right. They said that's why you keep seeing him in practice wearing 49ers gear one moment, and then he's, but he's there. They're going to iron this out, and it's almost done. But like I said, you can't play with that man's money, man, because like I said, in the NFL, the players get done so dirty, and I'm not jealous of anybody getting their money, man. Get your money. So I like the list. I think he needs to be at 30, just like CD needs to be 30.
Um, they, I just feel like what's funny is, and I didn't understand this at all. If you would have told me that Debo is only making 23.9, right? And your other receiver has better numbers than your one of your impact players on the team, it's kind of like it's really like a fucking no-brainer. This is some shit, and that's why I said that to you earlier in the year. I said, why the fuck wouldn't y'all just pay him now? What do you wait? But you went and
I'd have
gave,
paid him right after the Super
but you,
Bowl.
but
Right,
you
I mean
went,
the next fucking
but you,
day.
but you went and gave McCaffrey some more money for what? McCaffrey wasn't gonna go nowhere. He wasn't going
Well,
nowhere.
well, like I
He's a
explained a couple of
he's a
couple episodes
fucking
ago,
running. First of all, he's a fucking running back. Remember that position, you only play to a certain age limit, and they only keep you to a certain age limit. So why the fuck did you rush to pay him again when you know you needed to pay this guy? I would have paid this guy and said, McCaffrey, you gotta wait, bro. You be all right. You ain't going nowhere. We just traded for you 2 years ago. You ain't going nowhere. Where you gonna go? I mean, it just I ain't never seen no shit like this before. Like you see what we did to AJ Brown. We traded for AJ Brown at the draft. We paid him the money he wanted from the Titans at the draft. And then we just read up with him this year after 2 years on the roster because we knew, man, this motherfucker's the truth. We ain't about to play with his money. That's why he had 32. Devontae Smith, quickly, 25, gave it to him instantly. Ain't no plan. You can't play with your guys, man. You got to get these guys in there, man. You got to make sure because as soon and this is why I said this is what I was saying about IU. It's not just the fact that y'all ain't paid him yet. It's the fact that relationships get tarnished over money, man. They get
real easy,
tarnished over this type of shit. That's why CD
real
Lamb
easy.
is looking at Jerry Jones like, man, for real, you on some foul shit for real, because you know I earned this bread. Like,
He was the whole offense.
bro, he led the league in damn near catches and yards because he got the ball more than anybody in the league every Sunday. Like, you got you
Yeah,
it,
the
it was
amount of targets he
ridiculous.
had was ridiculous.
That shit was unbelievable. Like, you gotta make that happen, bro. You gotta get them guys signed off, man. But I mean, that's why I wanted to bring it up so people would understand that this ain't, I'm comparing it to what's going on, and it's like when I seen this list, I was like, damn, like this is how much, like, I don't think DJ Moore is better than Brandon Ayuk and CD Lamb, but DJ Moore is making $27.5 million. I don't
And
think
San
they better
Francisco
than.
wanted to pay him $1 million more than that.
I don't think Jalen Waddle was better than CD Lamb and Brandon Ayuk because Jalen Waddle get hurt all the time, and he just got paid $28.3 million. So you mean to tell me somebody that just got hurt last year getting paid $28 million this year, and y'all didn't pay two of the top receivers in the league $30 million? The fuck? Like, that's beyond crazy to me.
You
That's
can fuck
beyond
your
crazy.
window up over a few $1 million.
So I'm gonna switch over to this. I want to do this NFL. I got this top 10 NFL trios I want to do. Um, Running back, wide receiver, and wide receiver. It's a list that a guy posted, and I thought it was interesting. Number one is us, the Philly boys: Barkley, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. Number two is the Niners: McCaffrey, Ayuk, and Debo. The Dolphins was number three with A Chain, Hill, and Waddle. Number four is the Rams: Williams, Cup, Nakua, which I think is kind of weird. Five is the Bengals: Moss, Chase, and Higgins. The Bucks is six with White, Evans, and Godwin. I think this team right here that I'm about to name should be in the top five, but their number seven is Mixon, Diggs, and Collins from the Texans. Um, because for real, you could put all three of their receivers on this list, not just two. They really need all three
Yeah,
of them because Tank Dell bad motherfucker too. He's a bad
yeah.
motherfucker.
I,
Number
that was
eight,
kind of
number
weird when you said
number
that.
Yeah, number 8 is the Seahawks with Walker, Metcalf, and Lockett. Number 9 is the Bears with DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, and Keenan Allen. And number 10 is the Titans with Pollard, Hopkins, and Ridley. Who do y'all after this list I just gave you? Like I said, I feel like the Texans should be in the top 5. Is there somebody that y'all think should be in the top 5? And do y'all think it's somebody that should be taken out of the top 5?
Nah, I think top five is cool. I mean,
You can make an argument 1 and 2 could be flip flop. You know what I mean? But other than that, I think that's a great list, and I could go for it either way. You know what I mean? Like
Nah,
I don't,
the Niners ain't better than my trio better than the Niners trio, bruh. Yeah, bruh.
running
Yeah, bruh. Yeah, bruh. Cause my number two got better numbers than his number 2. Period. My number 2 is
statistically, I can't even argue with him about that.
exactly. That's why we number 1. That's why you can't flip flop us. We got the top trio.
And
Saquon
me
Barkley,
personally,
AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith.
and me personally, this is 30 years of no trophy. So I don't give a damn about where I'm at on that list. I want a damn trophy.
Yeah.
I could have been 11. As long as we win, I'll be 11.
Me personally, I think you could take the Rams out of the top 5 and switch the Rams with the Texans. Me
yeah.
personally, that would be my switch out.
But I mean,
I ain't
Yeah,
even
yeah. I mean, the Rams can stay on the list, but not that high. I like Nakua and Cup and Kyrie Williams, but that trio really only been together 1 year. That, I mean, and to be fair, the Texans list ain't actually been together at all yet. But
I just
we
like, but
just
see,
already know that we
I
already
just
knew that
like
was going to be better.
that's like with the Bengals being at 5. The Bengals ain't had Moss. They had Chase and Higgins, but they ain't never had Moss.
yeah, make
I don't
Yeah,
know
and
what.
Mixon last year.
Yeah, that's why I don't know my Moss. I don't know how Moss jumped. I don't know how they jumped. Just like I don't know. I don't know about that list. I don't even know about that. That's kind of weird.
I mean, like I said, a couple of those you can move around. You know what I mean? But I mean, me personally, like I said, I really don't have any argument with it per se. You know,
Nah, if we was at number 2, I wouldn't have been mad. I really don't give a fuck either. I just
us.
thought it was I just thought it was interesting. I thought the list was very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think that if you really ranked us, I still would say that my trio is probably number 1 because of the numbers. The numbers don't lie.
Mm-hmm. No, hey, man.
Um, yeah, let me switch over to and I want everybody that's watching us, let us know who y'all top trio is, and let us know what y'all think about y'all running back, wide receiver, who should be in the top 5, who should be in the top 10. I'm gonna switch over to the college football because I want to do this college football format before the season starts. It's a lot of people don't know how the actual format is set up this year. I know a lot of people are probably thinking, "Oh, we 12 teams go and you win and you go play somebody in and we meet in Alaska." Well, that's not how it happens this year. It's actually sweeter this year than it's ever been. Um, the field is made up of the 5 highest ranked conference champs and 7 at large bids. So the 5 conference champions are for sure. The 7 at large bids is the 7 teams that come behind the 5 teams that won the conference championship. And this is for motherfuckers that don't understand what I'm saying. Everybody on this podcast understands, but the world might not get what I'm saying. The 4 highest ranked conference champs get a first round bye. So let's say Ohio State goes undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Oklahoma is 11-1. Let's say Georgia is 12-1, or Oklahoma's 12-1, Georgia's 12-1 too. And I'll throw in, let's say Utah is 12-0, right? So Utah would represent the Big 12. We will represent the Big 10. They both, one of them will represent the SEC based on who got the best record or the best win percentage. So I'll take Georgia out. Let's say Oklahoma is 12-1. And then we'll go with out the ACC, we'll go with Florida State. Let's say Florida State. Or Miami. We say Miami is 11-1 and they win the ACC. So basically what happens is, because we all got the top records in the country, if you don't know what if you don't understand what I'm saying, these 4 teams don't have to play in the first week. So it's kind of like the NFL schedule in the playoffs where the top teams get to sit for the first week.
First round bye.
Right. But the first round games are also hosted by the higher seeds at the campus sites. So let's say Georgia let's say Oklahoma finishes 1 in the SEC, but Georgia still makes it at 11-2. If Georgia plays in that first round, whoever they playing, if they record ain't better than Georgia, Georgia gets another home game. So regardless of if our 4 teams is the ones that's made the conference champions get a home game again regardless. So you got to come to their field, which I think is what makes this shit really sweet, is you finally get to see your team in the playoff, but at home like a real home game in the playoffs. I think that's making it really, really dope.
The one hiccup into that is if let's say like the ACC, let's say Clemson's ranked 16th and makes the championship game and wins the championship game, they're automatically seeded 12. And then they'd have to go on the road as a conference champ, if I read that right.
No. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's how they will be ranked. So let's say Clemson wins it, right? But Clemson is 10-3, right? But if they 10-3 and Oklahoma is 12-1, Clemson don't make the top 4. Oklahoma will make the 4. Right. Clemson will be out.
Have conference championships, but
right. But it's only 4. But it's only 4. It's 5 conference champions, but it's only 4 with the highest record that gets the bye.
That gets the bye. What I'm saying is, if Clemson was outside the top 12, won the championship, so now they're ranked as 12 as a champion.
Right.
So do they play?
But they don't get the bye.
Yeah.
And whoever they won't be able to play at home, because whoever they're gonna play at home is gonna be ranked higher than them.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's why they did it like this. If you listen, see, they worded it funny, and I had to read it again. It's 5 conference champs, but it's only 4 that is ranked the highest gets to chill for the first week. So if Clemson wins their conference because their record ain't better than whoever they playing, they going on the fucking road. They ain't gonna be at home. They gonna be on the fucking road. And then whoever come out their conference after them is an at-large, depending on their record. So let's say they go in, let's say they beat Miami, and Miami got the best record. If Miami only lose 1 game and that 1 game was to Clemson, Miami still make the top 12. But Clemson just it's basically made like this, Ty, for real. It's basically where the conference championships don't mean shit no more. That's basically what they're trying to get at. Because if you could if you got 5 motherfuckers winning it, but only 4 is getting a bye, why ain't 5 getting a bye? Because they don't give a fuck about the conference championship for real, because they know one of them conferences is ass for real. All 5 conferences ain't that tough. If you go Big 10, you go SEC, fuck it, I say Big 12 now, and I can't even say ACC because I don't think the ACC is that thorough. So it's really only 3 conferences in the country right now that's got all the competition.
Right. And the Pac-12 is kind of in a hiatus because there's only 2 teams.
That's why I'm not even gonna bring them up, But you know who's sitting pretty right now? Who really? I'm gonna tell you, who got the biggest advantage in the country that don't nobody say nothing about. It's Notre Dame.
Because they're independent.
They got the easiest way in it because they don't have to worry about it. The only thing that's gonna hurt Notre Dame is Notre Dame they can't get that first round bye because they don't have a conference championship. So they could be fucking 12-0 and they still won't get the bye, which I think sucks.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, because they're not in the conference.
Not in a conference.
Remember, I said the 4 highest ranked conference champs get the first round bye. If you don't win a conference championship, how you gonna get a first round bye?
Let's just say chaos happens and Notre Dame shoots up the records like we did in 2000 when the championship, and they're number one.
Doesn't
don't matter.
That would be wild. That would be wild. That would be.
But listen, Ty getting what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. I
know you are, but think about this 2 times. It's really Notre Dame's fault. All you had to do was go get in the ACC.
That's what it was called.
Right. You could dominate them. You was in the Big East at one point. Go dominate the Big East. I mean, you're fucking yourself.
Yeah, because it was in Miami. Then Miami and West Virginia was going at it for years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's why I wanted to talk about this, because a lot of people don't, and I left this out. There's no limit. Now, key 2 words. There's no limit to how many teams can make it from the same league. So while I'm sitting, that's why I said what I said. That's why I said to you. That's why I said.
Yeah, that's.
What if Clemson is 12? I said, okay, but if Clemson is 12 and their record ain't better than Miami or Florida State in the same conference, they ain't gonna jump them this year. It ain't gonna work that way. You're gonna be right where the fuck you was. You had 12, motherfucker. You had 12 as a conference champ because your record ain't better than the other 4 conference champions. You got.
And you'll be out the playoffs in the GMAC Bowl.
You on the outside? I mean, no, you still in it. You still in it.
What 5 conferences are they counting now?
Big 12, Pac-12, Big 10, SEC, ACC.
2 teams.
Pac-12 is still getting counted, man.
Yeah, Conference USA and the Mountain West and all them, they're afterthoughts. They got to do some miracle shit.
They always gonna still go with the big majors, regardless of how many teams. Regardless of how many teams is in that motherfucker, they going with the majors. Remember earlier in the summer we didn't know. All of us was like, damn, are they gonna have the Pac? Yeah, they in it. Yeah,
I wasn't sure if they were still doing the Pac-12 or not.
But see, I think that's gonna be the conference that they gonna make sure don't get in the top 4 anyway.
Right.
Because you only worried about 2 teams.
Because they ain't playing no goddamn body.
And they're not even ranked. You know how much shit they got to do to get into the top 12 from not being ranked?
Yeah. They're gonna have an at-large. But you know what? I don't know.
Would they have to play each other in the conference championship?
They might.
What they did was they scheduled games with other conferences. In games in other conferences to kind of make up their shit. Because remember, they got a 2-year window to fill their conference up to get back in the situation. But right now, they're kind of in a hiatus. They're kind of in a situation technically how like the XFL was. They're there. They're just not. They're really not a factor, because if you go look at their rankings, like I said, they would have to do something astronomically damn near impossible to even get up into the top 12. So you really ain't got to worry about them.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I think this is what they're gonna do, and I think this is what they're gonna do. I think, and y'all don't. I got this funny feeling, but I got this feeling this is what they're gonna do. I think that any conference in the country, because you know how when we be watching during the year, it'd be a team like Tulane or SMU be undefeated at the end of the year, one of them type of teams. They're gonna take them and they're gonna treat them as a top 5 conference, as a conference champion, because they're going with the 5 highest ranked conference champions. So if you win your conference championship and you're undefeated like a Liberty or one of them up, a James Madison, they gonna be in the goddamn top 12. That's why they doing this. So them teams like that can get in this shit. So a team from the Pac-12, even if they win the conference championship, they're gonna be on the outside looking in while James Madison is playing. Like
They're getting beat by 50.
Yeah, that's how fair they're trying to make it for the rest of the country. That's the
So that
reason
way,
why
motherfuckers they can't cry no more. Oh, my team didn't make it.
Yeah, you can't cry and be like, damn, we went undefeated and we played in the goddamn Snickers Bowl. Like they can't do that shit no more.
Snickers Bowl is wild.
That's what they did that for. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I like it. I love it.
Yeah. I can't complain. Like I said, coming from a BCS hater to the last year's format hate I had for it to now, because remember, it was first it was like, oh, we're gonna try to make it like the NCAA tournament. Nah, we don't need 64 teams. 12 will do.
Todd, I ain't never hate the format, Todd. We won in 2014. You know, when you win, you don't hate the format. You know what I mean? you just don't.
I'm talking about. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. There's no way in hell you didn't hate the BCS. The BCS shit was ridiculous.
I didn't hate that either. We was always playing for it, bro. I ain't tripping.
I mean, we always been playing for it too.
I've never cared about that shit because at the end of the day, it's a system, and a system no system is perfect. It's gonna be flawed. You know how many times we were supposed to be there and play, and we got outbeat. We didn't get in because of a percentage point, and it's like, all right, well, fuck it. Because I know how the NCAA work. They some bullshitters. They be on bullshit. They've been on bullshit my whole life. So I'm kind of used to that shit.
They've been on bullshit their whole life.
Yeah. Let me transition to the MLB. I want to give a shout out to Aaron Judge, man. And I'm a Bo Sox fan. So this is kind of hard for me. But he's the fastest to 300 home runs. He's sitting at 44 home runs right now. 111 RBIs, 332 batting average. The boy balling. Like, he is really balling. If y'all ain't been watching him, try to keep up with him. He's on pace. He can keep the record. He's officially 17 home runs away from breaking the record. The 61, Roger Maris. But it's crazy because he's 17 home runs away, and he's got 61 or 62 games left. So it's kind of like some weird shit. Like, but I think he can do it. I really do. But I think he gotta stay the course. He gotta stay focused. I think if he
got hurt earlier. Imagine if he wouldn't have got hurt early, he'd be further along.
But I think if he get the 50 before September, I think he gonna break it. If he can get the 50 before September, I think he can break it. And he only 6 away. So, and he got, what is it, August 18th, 19th?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he can get the 50 before September. He got a good shot. So I'm gonna transition to NBA now. I want to get the take on my guys and what y'all think about these NBA Christmas Day games, which I find funny, but I don't find funny. The first game is the Spurs and Knicks at noon. Do y'all think this was a good choice? Or do y'all not think this was a good choice?
I mean, I want to see Wemby on Christmas. You know, I think that the Spurs will be vastly improved with Chris Paul on that team. I think they'll be way better than it was last year.
You want to see the Spurs on Christmas?
Yeah. And I'm not even a huge Spurs fan, but I like Wembanyama a lot. And I feel like they're going to be
You want to see the Spurs on Christmas?
Yeah. Why not? Now, I don't know if I want that to be the first game.
You want to see the Spurs versus the Knicks on Christmas?
Okay, y'all don't want to see the Spurs and the Knicks, but I do.
Hey, listen.
Nobody outside New York or San Antonio needs to see that game. Ever.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying this to you. Do you know who they were supposed? You know who the Knicks should have been playing in the first game on Christmas? The 76ers. The 76ers. Do you know why? Because who in the playoffs did they have a hell of a goddamn series with at the end of the year? The 76ers.
I can see that. But I like who the Sixers are playing on Christmas though.
I don't.
You don't know they should be playing. Well, I don't want to get ahead of it, but I mean, you know,
Nope. I'm about to get into that.
I get why y'all saying it. I get why y'all saying it though.
Look. I ain't even got there yet. Just wait what I'm about to say to you too. Have you noticed it's only 2 Eastern Conference games, and the other 3 games is Western Conference teams?
Mm-hmm.
That don't even add up. That's some dumb shit. It's really only 3 Eastern Conference teams playing on Christmas. The rest of these teams is from the West, from the West, and the matchups is really ass as fuck for real. Like, for instance, every Christmas since I was probably like 2008, 2007, probably 2007, we played the Celtics on Christmas. The Lakers and Celtics is Christmas Day.
That's like the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving. I get it.
So you put the Knicks. The Knicks should have played the Sixers.
The Celtics should have played the Heat.
The Celtics should have played the Bucks.
Or the Bucks.
Y'all don't have enough star power.
We got Jimmy Butler.
Christmas is about star power. Damian Lillard, Giannis, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown on Christmas Day would have been a hell of a matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Embiid, Paul George, Maxey, Brunson, the Knicks boys on Christmas Day would have been a hell of a matchup. You want Wemby, right? You want Wemby? Let Wemby play Joker and them on Christmas Day. Let me see him match up against the best big man in the league. I would have loved to see that. They both in the Western Conference. It would have been a decent game to see. Because it would have been, and let them play in Denver. I don't give a fuck where you play them. But I don't like the Warriors versus the Lakers. I think that shit is. I think that doormat been used off. It's over. It ain't gonna be a good game.
You know what I like to see on Christmas? The Warriors play the Mavericks. You want to know why? Klay Thompson comes back to Golden State.
Well, they already got the Mavs playing the T-Wolves, which is a great matchup.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But I'm just saying the Mavs and T-Wolves was perfect. I ain't got no problem.
That's a good one too. I mean, that's also a good one. But I'm just saying.
I don't like the Celtics and the Sixers. I think the Sixers should have played the Knicks. I think the Celtics should have played the Bucks. I don't like the Spurs. I don't like the Suns and the Nuggets. I don't like that matchup. Not for real.
No, I mean, you know.
Nope. The Lakers and the Warriors is the worst one though. That and the Spurs and the Knicks. Because the Lakers we gonna beat the brakes off the Warriors. The brakes. Because Steph gonna be out there by himself on offense. And we don't. And they don't.
He really is.
They don't match up well against us no more. We always beat them now. They don't never beat us no more for real. We be dominating the Warriors.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
I just don't. It ain't. I don't want to see Wemby on Christmas. I just don't think the Knicks was the perfect game. The Knicks and the Spurs is not the game. I think the Knicks and I think the Spurs and the Nuggets would have been good. I think us and the Suns would have been good. I wouldn't even put the Warriors on Christmas. But I know why they're doing it. Steph.
Yep.
But my thing is, you can't. How can you leave Giannis and Dame off of this Christmas list? I just can't see it. I don't know why they didn't do that.
Same way you leave Jimmy Butler off.
He's not a superstar.
Nobody
is checking for Jimmy Butler but you.
And Bam Adebayo.
The Heat is boring as y'all are boring as fuck to watch. Nobody
only in your eyes.
No, that's everybody's eyes. Nobody want to watch that boring ass shit. Hey, let me ask you a question. When the last time y'all played on Christmas, bro?
Like a year or two ago.
No, the fuck it wasn't. No way.
Well, we played it with Christmas recently. It's been a few years.
How long ago?
I don't give me the line on that.
It wasn't the last
we got
2
star
years.
power.
Where? Who? Nobody wants to watch you on Christmas, bro.
We have Olympians. We have gold medal winning Olympians on our team.
If you had star power, you would have been on this motherfucking list, bro.
Hey, everybody can't play on Christmas, man, and I ain't mad at it.
Get the fuck out of
I
here.
just want to win the final. I don't give a damn. We play on January 17th.
Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Hey, Ty, you hear this bullshit we got to deal with?
Hey man, the heat hate on here, man, is real, man. It's thick like stripper booty.
Because you don't keep it real about your team, man. You know y'all boring as shit.
Nah, we ain't nothing about us boring, man.
That shit boring as fuck on Christmas. I don't want to see that.
Nah, it really isn't.
The fucking Spurs and the Knicks at 12. What the fuck are you thinking about? In the
Yeah, you put that shit on like 3.
Man, we wanted this. Man, I wanted to see Embiid and them go at the Knicks again, man. I did. And or you know what they could have did? They should have made the finals rematch on Christmas. The Mavs should have played the Celtics. Shit, why not? That's how they used to do the shit.
Yeah, and they keep your traditional game up, or you keep your traditional game up if that's the case at the very least.
Yep.
But I mean, the NBA, NFL, these leagues go, man. They go against the grain on certain things, man. Things that you would expect them to do, they just don't anymore.
Well, what I do
It's almost
like
like
is I do like that the NFL plays on Christmas now too, though. I do like that.
yeah,
Because remember, it was just the NBA day. It was really just the NBA day.
yeah.
But NFL done got a piece of it, and we normally play on Christmas. So I love Christmas when with us playing on Christmas now. I fuck with that shit. I think NFL making that move was dope. Cause that Thanksgiving shit with Dallas, that shit is annoying as fuck. Hey, but have y'all peeped something though? They don't remember back in the day that Dallas used to play Detroit on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You notice they don't ever play them no more since Detroit ain't got good. You ever notice they make Detroit play their own conference every time now, and they make Dallas play somebody sorry. Dallas play somebody sorry.
It was
every
either
fucking
they either played the Redskins or they played
the Lions. Or the Lions.
But I used to love the Cowboy Indian game, man. I used to think that was
Redskins Cowboys. A lot of legendary games.
That was.
And then the one year they snuck in the Dolphins and shit. It snowed.
And it snowed in Dallas, and then motherfuckers they came to Dallas and beat them because your boy Leon Lett did that goofy shit on the field goal block.
But I'm gonna be honest. I think the NFL is scared to let Detroit play them on Christmas because they think they know Detroit will beat their ass now. They'll beat their ass now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they really will.
I mean, on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Detroit is right now better than Dallas by far.
Watch Dallas play somebody. Watch Dallas playing somebody sorry as fuck on Thanksgiving.
Dallas is going to play the Giants on Thanksgiving this year.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Man, I do not. I'm definitely not fucking with that game.
Watching that shit at all.
And people will watch it because it's the NFL.
Nah, Dallas fans will watch it. I ain't watching none of it. I don't never watch Dallas on Thanksgiving unless they playing a contender. And they never do. So
well, this year we ain't got to worry about it. It's Steelers, Chiefs, and Ravens and Texans.
Dallas ain't playing on Thanksgiving.
And then we got a Thursday night game. Seahawks. So we basically got 2 games. Christmas night, Wednesday, Chiefs and Steelers in Pittsburgh. And then Baltimore goes to Houston at 4:00. And then the next day, Thursday night football, Seahawks and Bears.
Is this Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Christmas and the day after Christmas.
Who playing on Thanksgiving?
On Thanksgiving, let's see here. Llama.
It's Dallas.
Oh, they always play. I mean, I think you're talking about Christmas.
That's what I was talking about. I ain't talking about Christmas.
They play the Giants of New York come to play the Cowboys of Dallas. And the Cowboys are going to try him by kicking a big ball. They got a pig skin or a big 8.
Hit that shit on the nose. Who else play on Thanksgiving?
Dolphins and Packers at 8:00, and then the Bears and Lions at noon. So we actually got 2 out of 3, ain't bad.
Yeah, the two games gonna be good. The Christmas Day games ain't gonna be that good. That Chiefs game ain't gonna be shit. But that Texans Ravens game, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, because the Chiefs are gonna beat the brakes off the Steelers because well, the Steelers got like the bottom half of a quarterback and the top half of a quarterback, and they both don't match.
Did you
Hey,
guys see that baseball score of a game that the Steelers were
Man, that shit. You know what? I went out my way to watch that game, and I was thoroughly upset. That shit was a soccer match.
Hey,
Good
what
thing
the
I did.
fuck did I tell you when you said he going to Pittsburgh? I told you Russell Wilson was sorry. You talking about he had a hard year though. He had a hard year last year. He's sorry. He is sorry. It's
He
over
put
for
up decent
him.
numbers, but listen like this.
Man, fuck that decent number shit. He
Hey,
weak.
what,
I
what he was, he's no longer. I'm just gonna be honest with you. What
Yeah,
he was, he's no longer.
he is Dookie in a cup.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, he put up pedestrian ass numbers, but if you looked at the game, he was basically just throwing a couple of safety valve check downs, and that was it. And then next thing he had a baseball cap on.
That's what I was trying to tell you. Like he didn't.
And then Justin Fields was running for his fucking life because
He never
Justin
looked
Fields was.
impressive.
And you know so crazy, Justin Fields had a motherfucker wide open on a play action pass, and he threw the ball so high up his head, I could hear Bob Uecker saying he was going to get a record up his ass to catch that. That's so bad that if you go back and watch that game, and you see that pass, you can be like, I don't know what the fuck he was working on this summer or this all season, but it definitely wasn't throwing. He was probably working on fucking and something else, but it definitely wasn't throwing.
He was hanging out with Jimmy G this off season.
So look,
up there in the valley.
We're gonna get in our side notes so we can get up out of here. I'm gonna go. I did 1-5. I'm gonna go 2 times. 2 times. What's your side note?
I just got a quick one, man. It's a happy heavenly birthday to the late great Marvin Isley. He would have been 71 today. So happy birthday to him in heaven.
Happy birthday, fam. Happy birthday, Keller.
A Cincinnati native.
Okay.
All day long. All day long. Todd, what's your side note for the week?
The week is my liquor is going strong. Star Money Click is going strong.
Definitely.
And this next year coming up after our meeting day, special. We're gonna see news in new places.
Woo!
With a lot of boy.
Woo!
He said, "Looks like the album in stores now. It's lonely at the top."
He's gonna be at the event next year that motherfuckers wish they could be at.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
My side note is it kind of bounced off his. We had a meeting today that, man, it's one of the meetings where you got to kind of pinch yourself to even realize that I put like this. I didn't know. I knew I was busting my ass and I knew I was working hard and I know I make good music, but I didn't know I made good enough music where the masses that I've been trying to be in front of for 15 years of my career are gonna be able to hear me like the way I want them to hear me. And shit, we in a place right now where motherfuckers, y'all just keep paying attention, and you're gonna look up, and one of these days you're gonna be like, I swear to God, he was just at the Grammys, and I mean, he was literally at the Grammys. He was walking on the carpet at the Grammys, and I
with
ain't
some
even
Stacey Adams on.
Yeah, that should have never happened.
Shout out to me for making this happen for all of us, bro. You know what I mean? Networking with the homie. And,
it's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah. See, people don't realize when I do shit purposefully. You know what I mean? It's not like I do shit just to do shit.
And you do it on God.
With people, just to associate with people.
Definitely on God.
You know what I mean? I associate with people to better situations for them and us. And, you know, I like I said, my whole 2024 has been to facilitate handshakes. And this was another handshake that I facilitated.
This was the biggest. This is like, when I tell you I'm moving the needle, I knew I was doing some shit. I knew I had something, but I ain't know I had what I got right now. Man, I put like this. I'm gonna just say this to everybody. If y'all you just heard my new album drop, and a lot of people give me great feedback about this. But I got one in the bullpen right now that when I pull this motherfucker out and play this motherfucker, this some global shit. This ain't even this fuck that local, fuck just the states. This gonna be one of the worldwide records. Like that's how much we doing some shit right now. This shit's about to get really, really interesting. And I'm just trying to be humble and be chill about it because I know like we different now. Me and Todd ain't really doing all that bragging shit. We just gonna keep working. That's all I'm gonna say. We just
And
gonna keep working.
this is the most bragging you're gonna hear us doing.
This is yeah. Because what this gonna do is what people don't understand is this platform that I'm setting myself up right now to take this step is gonna make On God become what we really want it to become. Where I'm gonna be one of the top artists in the game, and we gonna be one of the top podcasts in the game. Like we gonna get what we've been wanting for a long time, and motherfuckers gonna be able to quit their jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers gonna be able to move around. You know what I'm
Hey, walk in the job like Billy Ray Valentine, like I got your measly $26.
saying? Hey, like hey, all I'm gonna say is this. All I'm gonna say 2 times. Just be ready. Just be ready.
Ready? Ready?
Motherfuckers got his bags packed now. What are you talking about, ready?
He said,
Yeah,
yeah, I got, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got a couple trash bags with some drawers in it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm ready to go.
cause I'm gonna be on, I'm gonna be real with it though. Like all seriousness, like motherfuckers don't understand the play that me and Todd is making right now. When it comes to who we fuck with and who loyal to us, like working with us, you gonna make some real money. Like this shit is real. Like this ain't. You know how motherfuckers be talking some shit like, man, I'm about to do a song with so and so. You see, you didn't hear me say I'm about to do a song with. Fuck doing a song with somebody. I don't gotta do a song with nobody. I'm good. Like what I'm doing right now, who we connected with, it's what I've been needing for a long time, bro. All I'm gonna say is don't be
God
surprised.
is good.
God is great. Don't be surprised if y'all see this On God podcast in the studio. When I'm telling you right now, if this shit worked the way I want it to work, both my plays gonna work the way I want them to work. We're gonna be popping like a motherfucker. We're gonna be like Gilbert Arenas in them. Motherfuckers gonna be like, yeah, we seen the show. I know you did, motherfucker. Yeah.
He said, is that
Yeah.
you, Billy Ray?
Yeah. My bitches. I got my bitches, but the limo outside, but my bitches. But let me get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody coming to fuck with us. I can't wait till y'all see this episode. This was a great episode. Like I say this all the time. Everything I do it on God. Every time we do it on God. And when I do it with these two crazy motherfuckers, we do this shit on God. I am Young Money Bad News, the Star Money Click and Money Gang co-CEO. I had my boy with me 1-5, the number one producer in the world. I'm also the number one rapper in the world. Don't let me leave that out. He is the co-CEO of Star Money Gang, the Star Money Click and the Money Gang. And I had my brother from another mother, Jimmy 2 times, the number one 49ers fan and Oklahoma Sooner fan. We was the On God Podcast. Y'all stay prayed up. Y'all stay healthy. And y'all have a good work week. All right now. We out.
Assalamu alaikum.
Peace.